Hello everybody, welcome back. We are in a new place today. As you can see, we're standing on the beach looking out to the sea in the moonlight. Oof, that moon is bright. And if we turn around, we have our fun fair in front of us. And I thought it would be fun for us to take the fun fair and move it. So we all know the beach property and the suburbs and the Old Pinner Cove lots are smaller than the country and the island. So I was thinking, where can I put my fun fair to make it bigger? Because we've literally used every part of the fun fair. So I am going to take this little thing and we're going to change it. First we're going to put the lights on so we can actually see. And I usually work at like 11 o'clock because that's just the easiest for me. And I was thinking, a forest. I know most of my builds are in the forest, but it is what it is. So I'm going to just click on the store. No. Thank you. And we are now officially in the forest, and our entrance is a little off, but that's okay. We're gonna change a lot of things here. So if we look at the size of this lot, it's tiny. So we're gonna have to change that. What do you say? Now, I was thinking we can keep this section because this is pizzas and burgers and I think ice creams. And we've got seats and stuff here, and then we can move along. Let's see. Let's take our border, come on, and move it out to there, and then move this back. So the entrance is still sort of in the entrance, and we can move this back, and then we should be able to put our roller coaster. Dang, we can only go backwards. Okay, so we've got a fair bit of ground. We can probably get our roller coaster in here. We can probably get our teacup ride, and a few things are going to be deleted. So that makes sense to me. Am I able to make this wider? Or is this as far as we can go? Nope. Okay, that's as far as we can go. All right, let's start selling stuff, shall we? Oops, I sold the lot. That's okay. I'm going to keep the road. I wonder, should I keep this little bitty playground behind here? We've got this sort of stall that we use. Sell it. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. I like the fact that I can just sell everything that's on these tables. It helps a lot. There we go. So we've sold that. Other than that light that's hanging in the air. We've got our sad little wonky Ferris wheel at the back there, which I think I'm going to keep. Don't know about these flags, but they are what they are. And then we're going to make some roads, and we're going to do some things. So I'm going to keep the wood that we've got at the moment, and if we think it would be better served to make it... Oh, we've got the bandstand here as well. Hold on. Sell everything. The beer garden or the tea garden, whichever way you'd like to look at it, is going to have to go to... Oh, no. Refreshments is going... Take them off. Can I sell? Yes, the cups are gone. We might have to upgrade the facilities. because right now our toilets are a little tatty. So we might just have to change that. But let's just get rid of all this. Now that is our back fence, which probably can also go butt. Oh, great. So we've got that, and then I suppose we need to sell the wonky paving because that's not real. It's not the real paving. That is brick. And then I think let's change the size of this fence. Can I change? Can I? Oh, sorry. Let's take it back so it just goes around the Ferris wheel. Because that's all we really need. And then we can actually move our roads so that they are sort of go on either side of the Ferris wheel. We're going to have to delete that. Oh, all right, let's move this fence as well. That didn't tie up with anything, did it? Did it? And then these are our toilets. So they're a little tatty and a little wonky and a little small. So we might have to upgrade our facilities. This is no longer the county fair. This is going to be the new improved version. Now, I want to keep this. I really do. So let's pop that there for now. And we can decide what we want to do here. I might just move this whole game and put it somewhere else. But I quite like our fun fair. It's cool, it's cute. And it has a purpose. So let's resize it and build us. How wide is this path? 2.8 meters. That's quite wide, and that's good. Awesome. So we can probably put our teacup here. I quite like the little place to have a picnic, but you know, moving on, moving up under new management, the bandstand goes. Sorry guys, I'm sure we can find somewhere to put you. We've got new stuff. And then our last table here. Okay, last tables. Awesome. Now the question is, how big are the teacups? I have no idea. Where are the teacups? Let's filter this by new. Sort by newest. Okay, give me a minute. I'll find them. So this is the carousel. I think it will work. What color are we? We the primary color. So let's do the primary color, shall we? Let's go with red. Yellow will probably work. Okay, then we've got, dang, I have no idea what I'm coloring. Okay, that side, what is underneath here? Let's just buy it and see. Whoa, it's huge. Okay, let's get rid of this. Oh. Fairy lights. Dang. They didn't sell when I sold the bandstand. Anymore? There's a poster. That's a pain. Did I miss any? I don't think so. So will you stand here now? Okay, we need to move the tree. We'll just throw it over there. That'll work. I stand here. Maybe we need to, I like the way, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep this little kink here. I quite like that because then people can sit and watch. I'll probably pull that out, but I think that's very cute. Okay, I'm going to say that's good. And now we need to find some carousel saucer. Okay, so these can you know what? I'm going to put them in and then I can change the colors of them. That works. And then carousel teacups. It does look huge, doesn't it? Maybe it needs to be a little bit further back. It looks quite imposing when it's so close to the road. So let's move it back a smidgen, shall we? The people don't feel as if they're being suffocated by the teacups. That works. All right, so we can now decide what we're going to do. So our main colors are yellow. Okay, so if I copy that onto that, we've got an extra color here. So let's go red here. Oh yes, that's cute. Okay. So now we have various variations of this. So we can do the yellow ones and all the rest. So I will get that sorted. I don't know if I like the grass. I think I'm going to use, actually I'm going to have to use this, aren't I? Let's start small and we can decide how far back we want to go with this. Yes, that looks better. We can keep that little, actually if we put it all the way out here, it looks quite cool. Nice. Sorry. It just got in my face all of a sudden. Let's just move it the regular way, shall we? Gonna have to put a fence around it. I think let's borrow this fence. And then we can hopefully fence it in. We don't have people running from all kinds of directions. And then we need an entrance. This is going to have to be moved. Maybe put it on that side. Don't worry about you later. Do you think we should have an entrance here as well? Maybe. I'm sure it'll be safe enough. What do you say? Readjust the entrance at a later stage. So maybe in and out like we've got here. That will probably work, but we're going to have to probably upgrade the... Oops. We're probably going to have to upgrade the pay system. There we go. And then we can have an out over here. I think that's out. Nope, nearly. It's not exactly in line, is it? Doing that. Possibly because it'll be fine. And then we just need to fill this gap in here and take that outside. These little blocks work quite a nice. These little blocks work quite nicely as like curbing, so I'm going to keep that, and I'll probably turn that chair around so its back is this way. Don't worry about it. Let's finish the fence, shall we? There we go. Okay, so you have your little fun fence. People can walk around it, no problem. And then we can put the dude here, maybe. Gonna have to build him a little booth or something so that he can actually let people in and out. I'm just trying to line this up a bit better. The roadway. There we go. I'll come and recolor all these cups. I'm not going to do that now. But that looks good. That's pretty. I just need this. What is orange? That is orange. Maybe you need... Yes! It sort of works nicely with the other blues and the yellows and the red that we've got going here. The only problem I foresee is the fact that we are going to have to maybe make this path wider. This one, it's fine. Curb, like that, and then we can take this out. What's there? I think we're going to have to remove these benches here. This was mostly for the bandstand, so I think we can probably throw them over there for now. Okay, what am I doing? I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Maybe we should just have like a little forecourt here or something. We can possibly extend that. What is that? Oh, it's a picture. Yes, carousel works nicely. What else have we got? We've got the roller coaster and the bumper car. Now the question would be, what surface do we put the bumper car on? Where should we put it? I'm not moving this Ferris wheel. It's a wonky Ferris wheel. I tried really hard, but this is sort of like the little local games that we set up. So maybe we keep that side and maybe do the bumper cars out here somewhere. I'm going to have to make this wider here. Alright, so should be enough. What is this now? 3 points, oops. 3.6, 2.8. That should be fine. And I think put the bumper cars here. Now the bumper cars are going to need curves. Oh, that's going to be fun. And I suppose we're going to need to figure out how big the bumper cars actually are before we build anything. Alright, so that's the size of your average bumper car. literally on that edge there. And if we do this, like 3 meters long, that 2 meters wide, and 2 meters wide. So we're going to need a huge place for it. Otherwise, what's the point? We're probably going to need, let's get this again. We're going to need a huge area. 11, let's see, 12 by, where's my number? That's small. The roller coaster can probably fit along here, so let's extend this out. Now the question would be, we probably want to walk in and up. If I take this, how many can I fit just in this little space that I've got here? Maybe 4. That's why we needed the bigger lot. Okay, whoopsie, I'm not flying. All right, let's take these off and build ourselves something. Or should we just use... Okay, thank you. Do these move? No, they don't. Do these move? No, it doesn't. Oh, that's sad. Okay, fine. So we... This is going to be the fun part. You do know that bumper cars are a problem in a corner, you know? They tend to get a little jammed in there. And we don't have curves. The only thing I can think of is using this. Oh, I can always make it bigger. We're going to need one step up, but we are also going to need a ticket booth. So there is that. And that takes a lot of the side away. It should be fine. It's not like we're trying to solve the world's problems. All right, let's see. What would we use? Let's go outward. And then I'm thinking of, I don't really want plastic. Maybe metal and a nice bright red. Should be in, okay, go in one. That should work. Now the question would be, oh, that'll be fine. Okay. But I'm guessing we're going to need to make the inside here maybe black, because you know those nasty cars, they've got the tires around them. Those cars have got the tires around them, so they would need, come on, Can I please? This is not going to be big enough. Aha. It's fine. It will do for now. When they say bumper cars, they mean bumper cars. Then should we use the same fence? It should work. I think we're going to need to raise this up, but I think I would like maybe tiles, maybe these, red. Ooh, that's bright. Okay, and maybe the white. Let's see what that looks like. I hate that it does that on the edges. That's the only thing that bugs me. But other than that, I am unbugged. And I wouldn't mind using that on that. What do you think? Yes, we'll attend to the cars at a later stage. And then we can just move this fence back here. And then you don't really notice it as much. That it's off. And then we can have the dude sitting there with his little cash register or whatever we're going to give him. Do we need an out? I'm guessing we do, don't we? Yes, we can do. Ooh, why am I moving it instead of enlarging? Sorry. My brain. I think he is going to need his space on the one side. A bit like Planet Coaster, isn't it? You know what? Let's do this. Right the way along the side. We've got a step there. Yes, we haven't got to the roller coaster yet. I've been fighting with the roller coaster. It's actually a pain. I'm not enjoying it because it's easy to put the bits together. It's not easy to, what am I doing? Snap to good. It's not easy to actually get, let's put it like that, and then they can step out there. It's not easy to actually get all the pieces to listen to you. Now, I wouldn't mind putting a roof on this because that would make sense to me. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. All right, what am I looking for? I am looking for, I have no idea. Oh, we're going to have to move this opening as well. I suppose we could extend the food court further down this way and then put the entrance sort of just slightly off there. So as you can see, the boardwalk, I actually created it so that you'd be able to walk a little bit. So if we put the entrance sort of, we're going to probably have to redo this fence. So, okay, we're going to have to move the playground. Sorry. Just thinking out loud. Okay, that's what I was looking for. That should work nicely and show up really well on the tiles. There we go. So we need another pathway on that side. Should be fine. I wouldn't mind putting something. We haven't got any new roofs, do we? No. Yeah, I guess that sort of makes sense. I'm okay with that, but this, yeah, we can keep that around the edges. So if we are lucky, we can do an overhead roller coaster. Sort of start it here and go around there. That's why I thought we'd do this here. You know what? I'm just going to sell these benches for now. Move these lights out of the way. And this can sort of be because if the entrance is there, we're going to have to move the ticket booth over, which is here. And then we are going, and we even got, look at all the tickets there on the counter. That's going to be fun, rebuilding that. And thanks, bye, is going to have to go, and we're going to have to maybe look at a slightly more upscale and interesting entrance. So if the entrance is here, and wide enough, do you think? Should it be bigger? That should work. Yeah, I'll move all the stuff over and stuff. Gonna have a little bit of homework. We probably get better fences. I think I'm going to just turn the ticket booth around. We can probably put these on the other side or build another shop on that side because we now have fries. Hold on. Gotta have fries now because we've got ice cream here and we got burgers here and hot dogs, as you can see. But we now have food. We have fries. So yes, we got burgers, hot dogs and fries, and then we have the pizza place here. And then we've just got the little food court, mini golf, and the duck game. And it looks like these little things are having a bit of fun in the water. Now the one thing I want to know is, if I put, okay, this is just testing purposes now. If I take, that's wiring, that's transportation. These are the coaster tracks. So we've got a slight up and a steeper angle. So what I wanted to know was, we've got that. Never remember where the pool is. There it is. If we put a swimming pool, just for instance. Okay, can I put a coaster track over the swimming pool? No, doesn't want me to. Okay, can I put a coaster track in the swimming pool? Yes. Yeah, that works for me. So if I did that, oh, it's now not in the swimming. It doesn't. Okay, let's make the pool a bit bigger. you're still sitting over the water. That's as far as you'll go. Okay, so if I do that, and I copy you, okay, do we get a splash? It will only go once the line is complete. But it looks like it's accepting the fact that it's going to go through the water. So that is a possibility. So we're going to go with that. I think it could be fun. I have a horrible sinking sensation in my stomach that I hadn't pushed the record button, but I have. All right, now, the one thing I wanted to do that I didn't do is make sure this is sort of like a rubbery substance, from what I can remember. Last time I was there, it's not really this. It's like, no, maybe a sort of textile-y texture. Let's see what this looks like. I'm just going to do it from here. It's too neat, isn't it? Needs. That's not going to work. No, not. All right, we're going to have to move away from textiles. I think that would be too rough and too light. And I don't like the pattern it gives you. So if we go for raw stone, maybe? That doesn't look too bad. Yes, we know it's stone, but at the end of the day, it actually looks better than the textiles. I think that'll work. And then obviously we have to maybe use a coloring on that to see what it'll look like. Ooh. Except for the green seed, that's pretty good. Maybe the blue seed. I like that. So whatever we do on the teacups, we can copy it across to this. So I'm good with that. And you know what I think I'm going to do? Don't know if I should, yes, I'm bouncing all over the place, but I bet you this doesn't, ooh, it does. I was going to say, I bet you that doesn't line up, but it does. That's cool. Just for a change, that works. Okay, I don't think we have anything small enough that we can sort of stick a dude in. Yeah, no, that's not going to work, is it? Well, that's not a bad thing to try and replicate. Maybe we should use that and change it. Just wish we could put two different colors on it, eh? Won't really cover him in any way, shape or form from the sun, but we can put a table in there maybe, or a little counter. Where's our little table? See, that would work. Sort of as a ticket booth. If we have that, like so, and then we can give him a chair behind that. Maybe just like that, and then we've got the red. Let's do yellow. No, yellow's not going to work. We're going to have to get a different color. Yeah, he'll be able to sit there and sell his little, or accept his tickets before you get on the ride. And we could probably put a cover on here with our little friend the block. Will you? Of course you won't sit there. Will you sit here? No, you won't. Dang it. fits quite nicely. Literally into that little area there. And then we can paint that. There we go. He's actually got a roof over his head. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. It's a start. It's less wonky than just the little table over there. Okay, I'm going to go and play with this roller coaster a bit more and try and figure out how to get it working in a bit more of a circle. And any ideas of further rides or things we can maybe do? I don't know if we've got space for a fun house. Maybe we need to do like a house of horror or something that you can walk through and get triggers and stuff like that, but that might be for a later episode. Haven't got to the triggers yet, but we might be able to. Anybody know if this can actually wire up? If I take there are those switches. Okay, so if I take that and I put it there, can I wire that up? I can wire it up to that. Can I? No. Can't. Can I wire it up to that? Yes. So if I pull this trigger, okay, all the doors will open. It won't wire up to anything here, and it won't wire up. So we can't make the carousel go round and round. We can only make the teacup doors open and shut, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we'll put that there for now. I do know I had to build like a lever here, as you can see, by using various methods. So now we can actually use something from here to get this started. Well, started in inverted commas. Still like this one. Maybe we need to put it here on the dude's table. Oh, we can put it there. We've got some switches now. That is never going to get this motorized. But it was a thought. Okay, I think before I get too scatterbrained, I'm going to leave it here. We have accomplished a bit. I think I'm going to leave it here. I know I'm going to leave it here. I must stop now. I must stop playing with stuff. Take my fingers off the keyboard and we can come back. I'm going to do a little bit more of putting the roller coaster together so it will actually function. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this like dip of the toes into the other stuff that's available. That's not really home decor, but I think the fun fair wasn't a bad place to come and start playing with the other stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Take care of yourselves. If you've got this far, please subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.